I'm deaf now. Hi, I felt cold from you. Virginia Southwestern Speed Time on it. Oh, it's only just to start going to rain. Oh yeah, off and rails. Southern 726 or COG 390. I wonder where's 45 will.
be able to turn the
It's not
locomotive
cool,
and
I
all
like.
of the
Oh, yeah.
passenger coaches
Oh,
around.
God.
That is the entire train around on the Y. Now think of it as a 3-point turn for your automobile. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull straight ahead. We are currently on the base leg. Once we roll over the spring switch, it'll allow us to back around the corner. That curve connecting section of rail, which is our east leg of the Y, will go all the way to the top of the hill, cross over that spring switch, and pull directly down the west leg of the hill, well underway to our East Chattanooga station. Now once we run the Y, now what is left and what is right for the purposes of our trip. Now you look very highly intelligent, most of you anyway. And with that being said, hopefully everyone's wide awake, ready to go. If you have your caffeine and a good night's rest, it'll come really easy. Now this is what we call train A. So when you're on your train today, this means you're the boss of this time. Another train, well, let's keep the boss. So what I'll try to do is call right on the boss. Of your individual coaches today. And look at your paparazzi here. Now, as we make our way around the Y, we're going to run the train around the Y, which means this. Let's talk about your coaches. If you're riding in the coach directly behind me, in that blue and gray number 390, if you're riding in the original negative combine car, will be directly behind the green liner locomotive at 87. That would leave Savannah on a daily basis, around the morning and 3 hours later, and returning to Savannah. This is a rare opportunity. We have several of the passenger cars that were involved in the Nancy Hayes 2. 661. Now 907 is on the other train, but it would be number 533. So if you have 541, 542, 543,
Okay.
car 390.
Well, for some main ones, I was just kind of yanking my phone. I'm not dropping my phone.
Nancy Hayes was a famous racehorse named after Abraham Lincoln's mother's maiden name. At the same time, so too was the Anniversary. An all stateless coach train, a streamliner train that would be named after another famous racehorse. We have two original in-induction cars. We have a 3-car cockpit, which allows us to run the Y. Now we have 4 cars. We have just enough cars to not be able to run the Y. We have to separate the engine from the coaches and run simply the locomotive around the Y. So this is a great opportunity to experience running a train. The other locomotive that's running today with its passenger contest is the 4501, the very first locomotive of its class, a 282 Mercado, at a more than 282 built, and it's the only one to survive. Your locomotive 630 is only one of 2 that survive. The KS1 consolidation currently very underscored in North Carolina.
smell cool in the morning. Oh, yeah.
The only thing we don't have in East Chattanooga is a boundary. We have a local contract. Now the other two coaches, where I'm not speaking from, 1488 and 1486, your coaches were originally built in sleeper. 10, 6, 8, 10, all through that. It was supposed to accommodate two people,
they're smart.
but I don't think they accommodate one and a half person. Okay? Because it was extremely small, even in a 2% limit. Now we have all of the trees ready to head down the west side, down the hill, and well underway to East Chattanooga. Now this is very important. What is left and what is right? Now this doesn't necessarily apply to those who are driving the vehicle on the return trip today. You get back in your automobile, go, pull me to the left and right direction. Especially for your trip today. Your left is the same side the parking lot is located on. Your left is the same side you see. Well, locomotives like 5288, 3170. Various coaches. Everything to the left of the main walkway as you walk up, or your perspective on the train allows you to see is currently non-operational. However, everything to the right of the main walkway is there from the parking lot.
It looks like 5288 got a cosmetic restoration.
All of that you're looking at right
White
now
walls.
is left. The other side, not your left.
Yeah,
right?
the Stoker from 5288
Is it?
now in 2021.
Yeah, I watched a documentary and there was one.
Your brain junction station is currently on your right, which is on the main walkway. We've even brought 6
Yeah, I'm gonna park.
We have that now and operating local all stainless cars. Just like it did for the present with the Southern Railway. 3164 to 1974, Southern Railway 94. 829 and 1949, all stainless, traveler stairs that hit you at home, and 1924 for the Southern Railway.
My hoods, baby.
Government relative, some of the things from home like a lot in that area. Out of the 5,000. Now I need all the way down and to the left. And you're probably asking yourself, what am I doing? What am I looking at? Well, what appears to be a very insignificant looking gravel driveway was the original location of the East Tennessee, Virginia Enforcement Railroad, beginning operation in 1859. Now, where we're traveling today on our line of way, up elevation built up in height. Over to the right is the Southern Railway's modifications.
Oh, so the rail fans.
I point out the original where you'll see railroad ties laid out. That will indicate to you the original line versus the Southern Railway modification. And if it wasn't here in
Oh, yep. Oh, shit. Oh, they did clear the side track. There's 4501. When do you know what the track? We're passing another steam locomotive. Oh, I'm not dropping my phone over here. Hell
No, that's why I got my mic. I was like, nope.
Surprise, Spider-Man.
The line we're currently operating, and obviously building up the elevation. Look down to the left, see those bridge piers down below? Now look upstream, you see a modern day bridge. Two things, that upstream bridge was a fully wood-covered bridge used by the West Atlantic, which was was completely burned and destroyed by Unionists, very supportive of the Union armies in the outbreak of the American Civil War.
Bring back the steam program of PTC.
They set it ablaze. For our picnic table to look at the end of our parking lot, the concrete is located.
Ooh, scary.
And it will be temporary diversion line straight in to the library of the day, utilizing the bridge. Now, the bridge here is installed to be located on the bridge here.
Is that 40? Yeah, that is 40,001. What else could it be? 610? Oh, that's the story.
I'm about to get blinded by the light.
Now as we pull right by our upper operating steam locomotive, the 45 that's our separate train today. That's train 2. Get here.
Oh, that's classic. Oh, that bending rail.
Oh, CSX.
Ooh, scary. Are you afraid of height?
Alright, Scott, you shut up. I'm about to drop my phone. Yeah, never seen that for a while.
The plan is to take that train, the few of the cars still connected, after everyone gets off the train, to eat breakfast in the hotel in Arizona.
Okay, we're moving on.
Ready to leave the train on the passenger line. They are the one bridge
Okay.
that cost ever. Everything needed.
I like the smell of coal in the morning.
Oh, I like metal, right?
Yep, just that right there.
Oh, KNT tender.
This is all that's normally stored on the side that we just
Oh,
used.
600.
Yep.
Another combine. They should use that. Oh, yeah, we're going. Okay. Oh. I like to smell coal in the morning.
It's $25.94. Is that FWG? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're about to enter the tunnel. Prepare for smoke.
No, we still got a little ways to go before the tunnel.
Oh, really?
We got one more bridge, and then another tunnel, and then the tunnel.
Oh, alright. It's just, yeah,
Put that in.
there we go.
Yeah, to keep that from. Once you get the tunnel, that's
Yeah, make sure you're sticky, right? Oh, alright. I'm running from last time now. Alright. Nobody's fighting. Whistle?
This stuff actually has a name.
Is there a wrist level?
I think it does. And there's the sign.
Oh, there it is. I can put water. Virginia and Southwest is 3 times, right? Yeah, let's put our phones in. And about... Oh my god. It was like head chopped off. Oh, cool. Is that good? Now we should be pulling into East Chattanooga, right? We should be pulling into East Chattanooga.
Yeah, just
Hello, townsfolk. So RPO baggage combine. Kelly.
well, what they'll do is that what's going to do is that what happens is that we get off.
Oh, shop tour?
Normally, I don't know if they'll do it this time.
They said I asked the ticket booth person. They said they'll do it.
Okay, they'll probably do. They'll take us into the shop. It's not that since they had this area boarded off when you go into the front of the shop.
Yeah.
And they talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
What they do there. And you get to ask questions after they're done talking. And then we get back on the train and come back.
Oh yeah.
Those are the houses that I want to live in, right there. Those houses.
I actually want to move into those houses. Actually.
That's the. Those houses. If I could, I would pick.
Okay, that's the grade that's going down.
Yeah, that's the East Chattanooga Belt Tunnel. That's what's used for the dinner, the diner, Chickamauga Town, and Somerville Steam Station.
Yeah.
That one, if you ever go to the Chattanooga Zoo,
Yeah.
and you see the tracks,
Yeah, it goes there.
that's the tracks.
Isn't it like a 5% grade?
No, it's 4%.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was 5.
No, it's 4%. But it's still pretty steep. Yeah, there's a short curve leading into East Chattanooga, so they got to slow down for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've seen videos of it. It's like very sharp.
Yeah.
Is that the...
Yeah, probably. And as we come into the yard, you see a very small building that is our back shop.
I wonder, what are they going to do with those coaches right here?
I'm not sure.
So once we complete our turntable demonstration, we'll need to meet the back of the train
Paint stuff on this side.
Wait for me there, I'll take you over that taller building. Pretend rain.
It's not even Christmas time. There's already Christmas decorations.
I know, they got to get another start on it.
Display. There's a lot of work going on here. We restore all of our steam locomotives. We do different locomotive.
It's my opportunity to see 610.
Yeah. She's sitting underneath that overhang of the building.
Yeah.
That larger taller building.
See her from the walkway that we'll take to get to the shop. Yeah, and also inside the shop is a former dome observation view store used by the chassis for the failed passenger train, the chassis.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. And it can fit through the tunnel that we just went through.
That'll be some nightmares for some people.
That came with the FedEx Morse that was on display. It's going to go in the new exhibit shop. They're going to take the engine out and cut away it, so that cut it open so that way you can see the inside.
Oh look, KNT 10.
Yep, that's the original KNT 10. Oh, well, it's 610. She must be in the shop.
Oh, 610's over here.
Oh.
They had her out last night for a photo shoot.
I missed that.
That's right. They had a photo shoot
Yeah.
last night. They had a photo shoot last night, and she was involved in it. There's 109. There's 22 outposts that the Sun Squawk between Sequel 630 and 722. They have no place to store. They were going to store it when 630 went in for its over 15-year overhaul.
Like a day earlier, I think, because of the.
No, it was 630 actually went down for its
First?
15-year boiler inspection a few years ago.
Yeah.
So 4501 was handling the job, but instead of restoring 610, they just recertified 630.
Oh yeah.
Because we'll be turning it by hand. Now let me give you an indication of just how heavy that really is, because originally this turntable was in fact non-motorized, just like most turntables were. They were turning, in this case, 80 tons of turntables, about 80 feet long. That's about 150 tons of steam locomotive, okay? You did know that your average school bus weighs 13 tons? Stack them on top of each other, guys. Think about turning that weight. Now, when I have a lot of kids, now I see some big kids too, that's okay. I always say, hey, what's your favorite dinosaur? And they say T-Rex. It's a 9-ton dinosaur. But the point being, that's an unbelievable, significant amount of weight to turn by hand. How in the world do you do that? Well, this is an Armstrong table. You know what else? It has a 6-foot diameter bearing in the center. In other words, you've got to get the weight of your locomotive balanced on the turntable. So, if you look, what encircles the turntable, it's the same exact concept. If you had 2 rails, as we're making our way down the railroad this afternoon, a singular rail, you go too far this way, your rail on the other end of the table will not meet the rail, will not find the flange, or vice versa. Okay, so you're going to have an issue even with a motorized table. Now what I want you to watch for, guys, is the end of the table to drop down and become flush and even with the railroad, the rail where I'm standing right here. Once that happens, that indicates the balance of locomotive 630. There we go, let's take a ride. Ladies and gentlemen, locomotive 630 built in 1904 by the American Locomotive Company in Richmond Works.
Oh, that engine though.
Originally built as a simple K-class modified with a KS1 consolidation. Now, anytime you read about it, read the description of any steam locomotive, you're going to see a prefix of numbers. Now, what those numbers represent is the fuel arrangement on that particular locomotive. So, being that this is a 280, let's start counting wheel sets. That's how the wheel arrangement is designated, based upon 2 or more things that look alike. There's your twins right there. Your set of 2 lead pilot wheels. Behind those, a set of larger driving wheels, 4 on both sides. So 2, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 0 underneath. 0 trailer wheel underneath the cab. Now you know what? So many hundreds and thousands of steam locomotives like Locomotive 630 were scrapped. After all, steam locomotives, very simply put, are dirty. And once the diesel locomotive comes into fruition and is introduced to the railroad, major railroads first, larger railroads, were phasing in diesel very quickly and phasing out the steam locomotive. So how does the 630 survive? Like so many that survive, it was actually sold secondhand to the East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railroad. And they used it for many years until Southern Railway begins to figure out that that nostalgia among the general population wanting, craving the steam locomotive excursion, getting steam locomotives. They actually purchased this locomotive. At that time, it was number 207. Because of its second-hand purchase, because of the Southern Railway needing steam locomotives to run their steam program, they purchased this steam locomotive back. Actually, they swapped for 2 newer diesel locomotives, which, by the way, that railroad was more than happy to oblige, and they received the 630 and 722 back in its day. Listen very closely. You see the end car down there at the walkway. If you would like to enjoy and walk over to the back shop for a second part of our tour, you'll need to meet me down at the very end of that car, right at the walkway, and I will walk you over to our back shop facility. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a Round of applause to our engineer and fireman up in the 630 for safely operating our locomotive today. This is a hand-fired, cold operating 19.
Oh yeah, we're still 800.
Yep.
I think I saw another B unit at the Allied Metal.
But they're privately owned. They're not owned by the TVRM.
Oh, that RPO. That needs a cosmetic restoration. Oh, I see that. I see the headlight.
Yeah, there's the wooden Nashville cabinet in St. Louis caboose.
that 630 ran for the first time in like more than a decade. Like, oh hello. I usually see Southern coaches with a black roof. Oh hello. Oh, the NS observation.
Yeah, that's a former Norfolk Southern observation car. That was actually used for the inauguration of the Town Boulevard Bridge. That road was then built it. There's the dome observation car from the Chessie.
Oh. At least have something from the Chessie, like 490. Gretchen, do you watch Amtrak Guys 365?
No.
Oh, he does like he did an entire video on the Chessie.
I got K&O trains at Chessie trains.
Oh yeah, Steve Lair and Phil Klein. Oh yeah.
Alright guys, come on in. There should be plenty of room. Just do me a favor, make sure no one leans or pulls on those chains or pylons. Again, that's just for your safety. I'm not going to keep you here very long, but I certainly want to give you your money's worth and certainly your time's worth. Okay? This is where I get a little historically Pentecostal, so forgive me in advance. This is where I bring it all to a point so you can understand. I'm not sure what the other guy's doing today on the other train, but typically I don't want to spit out this information, okay? Because that's not important to me. What is important to me is that you are connected to the history that you're currently participating in. That's what is really important to me. I could haul off wheel diameters and different and various dynamics for the railroads and the different things that we encounter here, but what I really want to do is touch upon what I like to call the high points. So as we stand here in our back shop facility, now all railroads are going to have a building, a facility like this. Now if you're a large railroad even today, you're going to have a much larger facility. You're going to have many of those facilities located across the country where you're operating railroads. Generally, you have certain hubs where you do work. But as far as our railroad museum is concerned, this is where we do kind of a little bit of everything, a culmination of not only steam and diesel locomotive restoration, but also coaches, dining cars, sleepers, general, passenger cars, a little bit of everything. A culmination. If you were a major railroad during the golden age of railroading, you were a passenger railroad, you would have separate shops to accommodate your coaches and work on those various coaches. You got to have certain equipment. You have to have certain features to accommodate that type of work. And in the case of the museum restoration, so various things such as our 6-foot pit here. Now, if you go take your car to be serviced, oil change, or any type of undercarriage work, you're going to take it to a facility that has a very similar type of feature. I think you've all experienced that. Any undercarriage work, but not just an oil change. A little bit of everything restoration-wise on the undercarriage of our equipment. Now, generally a back shop, now I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to give me an answer. You don't even have to raise your hand, all right? Why would they call a building with all railroads, including the one you see stand in the midst of now, a back shop, B-A-C-K? Why do they call it a back shop? Where's it located? It's in the back. Not out in the front, not out in the middle, not on the sides. Why would they have a facility in the back?
Keep it a surprise.
You're taking this equipment, quite literally, on occasion, apart. Sometimes completely apart. How many of you see that 10-ton crane back there painted up in yellow towards the back of the building? We have several jacks. You may want to glance at those on the way back towards the center here between tracks 7 and 8. This is 8. We have 7 tracks leading into the East Chattanooga yard. 7, 8. Heading all the way back to the back of the facility. If you were needing to take and replace, just like this one, which is an R2, originally used by the NCNL, used by the U.S. Army, several different railroads use this locomotive now. Don't tell this locomotive that we're going to take the trucks off and put him on a different locomotive, okay? Because we have a locomotive coming from Indiana, an ex-NCNL. We're going to take the wheels, the trucks off this locomotive. We're going to send those up to Indiana. They're going to bring them back on the main line. We got a lot of projects going on at all times throughout the year. If you were here 5 years ago, I think you can certainly understand and appreciate that we have acquired a great amount of equipment since then. We got a lot of property, more property than you can imagine. You saw on the other side of the turntable, we got a lot of that property over there where those houses are located. Our plan is to build a roundhouse. We have that metal building up there opened up. We're going to bring a few, maybe perhaps some locomotives and RPO cars in, a little bit of everything. We want it to be interactive. We want it to be a museum. But up until this point, what you're riding on right now is the true living history museum. People ask, well, where's the museum? You're riding on it. You know how much history is involved? And that train that you're just riding on, you'll be riding on the way back. Unbelievable. An unbelievable amount of history. It's a back shop. They have access to the yard. They can bring equipment in and out of the yard. They restore. They have to, occasionally we take that jack, those jacks, 35 tons of capacity, 10-ton crane, lift the body of the car out after unbolting everything, slide it right out with another locomotive that drags it out into the yard. Okay. Let's talk about some of the items that are in here. Behind me, 1926 coach. It was originally built as a sleeper for the Southern Railway. Later served the Alabama Southern, was used on the executive train where we had to replace a lot of that Austin Powers shag car equipment. Wallpaper in there from the 1960s.
Baby.
We're doing work on that. It's going to be one of our first class cars. In Baltimore, Ohio, business car back here, 1917. If you've ever been to the Gilmore House, you've been to where the gentleman's parlor is, with that dark wood, and where they'd smoke their pipes and cigars, and very masculine look. That's kind of like it is on the 1917 business car. It's like the Gilmore House on wheels. Again, this is 1926 sleeper. That Chesapeake in Ohio. Originally one of 4 dome observations. Actually will fit to the tunnel, lowered. The Chessie never really got off the ground to fruition. It was used on regular pool service by the Chesapeake in Ohio. There's so much history. But what I want to lastly point out is this. Ironically today, on your train, we are using Locomotive 630. Did you know that Locomotive 630 was in the back of this building for 10 years? 10 years of restoration. The other operational Locomotive 4501, we saw a few minutes ago, operating the other train today. Took us about, not quite 2 years. That's over $800,000 of restoration. The 4501 is over $1.5 million.
Probably $1 million for 722.
Okay? Why in the world does it take
cost, I mean, from what I understand, it took about 1.1 million for
10 years of
630.
restoration from 630 to back to this building, because generally if it's back there, it's going to take a lot
Tender?
longer than anything
Yeah.
It's
up
all
here.
welded,
It's not always the
but it
case.
costs an extra $100,000 to make
the
the simulated rivets on it. Because the original tender was riveted together. So they added on those simulated rivets to the welded tender.
Now, wasn't it say it's leaky on the original tender?
I don't know. It was when I was the whole time, every single time I came here before it came out of the shops. I never saw it run before 2011.
Oh, when NS announced their ski program.
I was born in the 90s, right there at the end. I was born right there in 1990, right there at the end.
Now, we're here to go back in time with the 630.
And we moved down here just after the 30th anniversary steam program.
Like the triple header?
Yeah, the triple header.
Oh yeah, that's like before when they terminate the terminal station, I think.
1920. Here we
That's where
are.
they departed from.
Foreman comes up and says, hey, take these gentlemen, I'll give you this crew. You take the 630 there, 1904, engine, 1920, the year we've arrived. I want you to take that locomotive, I want you to tear it all the way down, put it back out in operation on the rails. How long do you think it would take us to be able to do the same job it took us 10 years to do a few years ago? What do you think? Years, months, days? Years.
15 years?
Days, weeks.
No.
Nah, I was joking.
What do you think? Just shout it out.
20.
I know it, but I'm not going to answer.
Good.
20.
Thank you, sir.
20.
Well, around a month. A month. Why?
20.
What do they have? Right then, they are available with the technology they have. We're not here for 1920. Right there to replace.
What? It's 16 degrees.
What do you think? Starts with a B. Parts of availability, if we can reuse these parts, we're very fortunate to have this equipment. If ever it has been housed undercover, like we are now, 99.9% of the time, this equipment is not housed undercover. It's donated, we buy it. It's out in the open, and Mother Nature does not like metal. It's not very kind of metal, and it's very, very rough on metal. Did you see the 6914 back at the main location? Usually it's under the bullshit here. A few years ago, when it's only about 18 years of restoration. I could take my fist and punch it through and corrode it down. Not that I would do so, but I could. Because all of the wind and elements and hot and cold, if it's out on the coast, salt air, that affects it. So we do fabrication of parts that can't be reused right here. Upholstery shop, sheet metal building shop. That wheel laid back there behind, you can't see it behind, in the very back underneath the American flag. You heard of 576 being restored in Nashville?
Yeah.
The drivers? Guess who does the work on the driving wheels? We do. Selling one of the only, the very few locations in North America we can do all driving wheel work. Doesn't look very large, does it? This is history, guys. I want to end with this. This is a lot of history. A short amount of time. Guess whose history it is? It's yours. It's your history. It belongs to you. It belongs to you. You're here standing in the midst of what I'm talking about. It is your history. You want to hear? How are we going to survive? Did you know that 1/3 of all museums in the United States after the pandemic will never open their doors again? 1/3. Here you are. We are glad to be presenting what is already yours. Did you know that this mode of transportation changed everything about the life? Did you know it? Did you know that businesses and cities were born where you may live? Came about because of the railroads. Did you know that standard time, the time you use now, came about because of the railroads? Everything. Read about it. Look it up. If you're not into mechanics, you like Hollywood, you like movies, George Clooney, Larry the Cable Guy, Robert Pattinson, a gentleman recently passed away a few years ago that played the Black Panther in the 42 movie. On here, down here. Not a lot of operating equipment in the Southeast. And you get to be part of it. More of an opportunity than you probably would think when you first boarded this train today. I hope you have a wonderful remaining day and weekend. Go back and head back towards the train reborn, and I will see you all later. Thank you so much.
Should I do my reel?
Yeah.
Salute.
I just posted while we were going through the tunnel behind 6:30 because I didn't.
Like that much smoke going through here.
Yeah, I didn't want any of the stuff to get to the passenger compartment. Just for the benefit of the air conditioning in here. Yeah, it's fun.
There's NC and SL 6710.
I just
We'll put some music on. Let's do Long Black Train.
Hey, you know they did a photo, like, you know they did the music video here, right?
Yep, they did. Well, actually, it was more around the tunnel.
Yeah. Which looks Tank was trying to get like a photo for, just like a for a trailer scope.
Not on airplanes, though.
No.
Okay.
I am. I'm trying to post it. In photography, are you learning different aspects of the camera and how it works?
Like right now.
Like the shutters
Yeah.
and all that stuff you're learning? So if I buy you a camera, you know how to use it?
Yeah.
What cameras do you have in there? Sony?
And I guess it goes like that. I'm not. Looks like a movie scene in here. Oh, that's close. Okay. Second time here, that's why. And Moose
Morning, Vietnam.
That's for the 501.
Oh, don't block the kid. Kev, he was filming.
Oh, really? Oh. Just wait. Let's look at the window.
then the son abandoned it because the tunnel was a bottleneck. They built the line around Missionary Ridge because the tunnel was a bottleneck. And so then the TVRM began rebuilding the line, except they built it as a single track line.
Yeah.
Wonderful rest of your weekend and week ahead. Thank you for spending time. I also encourage you to check out some of the trips we have going on later in the year. Now we're not able to stay for a longer 6 hour, 1.5 hour trip at this time. We have it coming up in November, our North Limited. Now we were quite a bit due to the restrictions we had last year about a certain way. We'll still incorporate some of those, but what we did have was a lot of life and a wonderful trip, great crew. We also have our dinner trips. We have a full dining crew on all cars, tours. Everything's made fresh on the kitchens, on the dining cars. So I encourage you to check that out. Continue to check out our updates on tvworld.com.
Yeah, I really like that one a lot. That's a special one.
Oh, that's the one off the railroad to the release.
Here, we have a tag on it. Of course, the coolest one they have now is that southern.
Yeah, have they already changed it?
Yeah, they just rebuilt it. And Brian,
Oh yeah.
Let me hear the 3 chime.
Yeah, the 3 chime is really not is actually noticeable.
There it is.
Yeah, there she is, the queen of the railroad, I think.
First Mikado.
The first Mikado of the Southern Fleet. And look, that's a good shot.
Look, that's actually a good shot.
With 5,000 tag 80.
Yeah, and
In the pack. I like that black smoke coming out.
Yeah. It's like almost end of the day, I think.
Yeah, this is the last excursion of the day.
All right.
The 6:30 followed the second, the first to last.
Yeah.
This is the second. And she bends the rails a lot.
Yeah, I thought lighter locomotives were not able to bend the rails.
Yeah. Now Baldwin does.
I love to smell coal in the morning.
Well, it's like a mountain and you only got ringer like that. Well, it's like right under the like the pilot.
Yeah, under the pilot there.
You know, the 4060 Anniversary, they should have done in green and gold theme that they did. They used to do.
I think someday they'll paint it green. I
Right.
have a feeling. I don't have any confirmation on that.
What, for the 75th anniversary?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like once it goes down for 1473, they should probably paint it for one.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be one time. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, it's just. Wait, is it just 5,000 moving, or is it also tag 38? Or 4501 is right there. Oh, check it out. Call. Okay, shit.
Alright, well, you do that on the YouTube.
Alright. No. I know.
Yeah, apparently 5,000 is taking the rich local. Bloody hell, I'm doing the line. It's too big, isn't it? It's too windy. Shit. Well, that's there. I thought 4501 is too big for the line.
I don't know how it's gonna do this.
Oh, wheel sub, I just saw it. Oh, wheels. Probably see it. Wheel subs.
Oh, wheels up.
Okay. Yeah, but we're just moving. I know, I'm trying to. you can do it. Let's take like 2 shots. I wonder what 5,000 doing. Y'all might want to hurry. There's 6:30.
So I hear 4501 over there. 630 is just a right. And 5000 is leading to the Sewell shops, and 630 is right in here. With that red roof though.